Hey guys, I just thought I'd share something with you. Just some mindset stuff's come up, and I thought maybe, like, I'm going through this stuff, maybe you can help some of you guys, and maybe throw a little bit of accountability on for me as well. So it's going to be kind of raw and uncut, but I'm just going to go through some stuff, little speaker info that I had a while ago that came back to mind that I thought I'd share with you guys. So first off, today I got a letter from my wife Jamie, and it wasn't very good. It was just kind of talking about she's not happy with my mindset, um, and she wrote the letter just to like get through to me. So I had to take a good look in the mirror and just realize, I have been kind of jumping to anger, jumping to frustration, easily going into withdrawal, like sitting down with my phone or just shutting down emotionally. So I had just had to ask myself, like, why am I doing this? Like, what's going on in my head? So then I remembered a speaker that we had at work one day, and he was really boring, but what he said stuck in my mind, and I went home and wrote it, and so I had to go back in my book and look it up. So what it was about was the rule of 10. So I'll get back to that in a second. First, I'll just kind of walk through like a day for me, a typical day. Morning, get up, get ready for work. Usually, my son he's 2 years old. He's up, he's screaming to get out of the crib or whatever. Um, Deal with him, kind of make my lunch. One or the other two girls I have maybe is up asking for food and just the typical morning, like getting breakfast, getting them ready for school and all that. And kids are being kids, and that's just how life is. Um, so I do that. I get to work. I'm not really dropping kids off anymore, but I'm just getting to work, and work is work. All the stuff that you go through in the day, like problem solving, tasks, daily stuff. And in the meantime, all this stuff is going on in the background. You're getting messages from home and things, messages from school being shut down and whatever. Like all this stuff is happening all at once. My wife's doing pottery classes now 3 nights a week, and she has her own pottery business, and we've both decided that she's going to stay home now with the kids instead of being sick kids all the time. It just wasn't worth it for daycare, and she wants to be around for the kids, and so I support that, and we're going to go through that. Um, so I have 3 kids: a 7-year-old girl, a 5-year-old girl, and a 2-year-old boy who's potty training. So there's a lot of stuff going on. So I come home and it's me if I'm anal or you know, whatever. I just need things tidy. And I'm not blaming Jamie or my wife for anything like this or the kids. It's just how life's going to be. So I come home, I feel I need to tidy up. If I'm going to cook supper for that night because she's got class, I feel like I need the kitchen to be clean. So I'm doing all this, and the kids are, there too, being kids. And then I have to kind of check myself every once in a while. Like, I need to be more present. I'm not being present enough. So that's all going on in my mind. Get the kids to bed, and then it's like, I am wiped. And like a lot of you with kids can probably get the same thing. So I'm wiped, and it's like, is this our time to spend alone with each other as a couple and all that? But I'm burnt out. I'm wiped. So like I said, I went back to this rule of 10 and thought about it all day, came home, wrote it down. So basically, you have to do like a personal inventory of everything on your mind uh, that's affecting you at the moment. So I did this little diagram. I can post it if you guys want. But basically, it's your brain in the middle, and there's all these arrows. And all the arrows are things that could possibly be hitting your brain as a thought, um, at any given second. So at any one moment. So like a lot of the stuff I have on here is just like mental frustration with kids, which is like a lot of things, like not listening. Can I have this? Fighting, whining, crying, complaining. So that's one or many things hitting at you at the same time. So then there's other things like, what am I doing my exercise routine? Uh, is our relationship getting enough romance? Not being supportive as a husband. Finances. Do I get time for music? Vehicle repairs. Planning golf tournament. Dogs, cats, is my family safe? All the chores, behind on bills, kids' sports activities, neighbors, weather, am I raising my kids good? Yard work, household repairs, arguing with in laws, day job responsibilities, and that's like a whole thing in itself. Sick mother, all these things. So the rule of 10 is that your mind can only be capable of handling 10 or 11 things at any given moment. So obviously all these things aren't happening, but when I did this, it's like, wow, I am just overloaded. So example, kids are home and they want to go outside and I want to be present and I want to take them outside to splash in puddles. And I just wrote all this stuff down and it's all weighing on my mind. And I'm trying to get my 2-year-old's boot on and his toes aren't pointing the right way and I'm just getting like so frustrated. And I'm like, no wonder. So back on my notes, it's like, okay, I need to work on this and I want some accountability from all you guys. And that's the reason I'm making this video. I need to prove to you guys and to myself and to my wife and everybody that I'm going to work on this. So the main thing that you can do, there's two things, is increase capacity. So you want to try to be able not just to handle 10, but maybe 12, 13, or 14 at a time. You need to do a bunch of stuff, which Matt kind of teaches us in, your mindset training, like get an exercise routine. Okay, sleep, like getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Nutrition, like eating properly, listening to what your body needs. Connection with loved ones, like spending time with them, being present. Hobbies or passions, like it's very important to do that stuff. And obviously like mindset coaching, training, therapy, and that kind of stuff. So one of my things is we're looking at couples therapy and we're going to get that booked and get somebody like helping us with that. And all of the above, like exercise routine. I'm doing the 14-day challenge to get myself kick-started on that. Sleep, drop the phone at night. I'm going to go to sleep. Jamie's been eating healthier and she's taking charge of that for the family on eating healthy. Get present and spend that time with Jamie, work on my music and stuff like that, just putting that time in. So that's one way, increase capacity. The second way is to reduce the arrows, so like reduce the resistance that you're feeling. So basically it's delegate or to the other family members or the kids or whatever, try to get them more involved, or drop tasks that are less important. So obviously the house doesn't need to be tidy. That's just a mental thing in my head, a paradigm thing that I have. I don't need the house to be tidy to cook supper. Like it's just a thing that I prefer. Like I have to learn how to just drop that. Don't think about unsolvable solutions. If it's something you can't solve right away, then put it in the back of your mind. Ask the universe at night when you're sleeping before you go to bed. Get rid of that. Don't think about it. Get your arrows down and then you think about that stuff. So live in the now, be present, and don't live in the past or the future. Like don't dwell on the past. Don't think about planning something, small details. And like I've been going through this trip and obviously you have to plan hotel and tickets to a comedy show and little things, but in my head I'm like planning, day one, get the van clean, like all this stupid stuff that I don't need to think about. And the last one in reducing the arrows is just to reprioritize all those arrows, reschedule or make a schedule of stuff and just make lists. Like just write everything down, even journaling, like just write it all down, get it out on paper, let it sit there for a while, and then you can go back if you need to and look at it, but just like get that stuff out of your head. So number one thing, do not jump to withdrawal. Like don't just shut down, go on the phone, don't pick up the bottle and start drinking, don't smoke a bunch of joints, whatever. Like try to not do that, and do not jump to anger or frustration. So, and we've talked about this in group and in the chats and stuff, like breathing exercises, giving myself a timeout, like got to get that time to cool down. So yeah, I just felt like I had to share as a growing experience for me. Like this is the first time I've ever done something like this. Hope you guys like it. Hope it helps some of you. And I'm just looking for some accountability on this. Like I just want to grow. I don't want my wife to be unhappy with me or my kids to be unhappy with me. I don't I don't want any of that. So um, that's how I'm going to fix it. That's what I'm going to do. And I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks.